Alright everyone, and welcome to a new video on the Moxforge. So today it will be a surprise for you all and for one of our biggest supporters, Celestial Heathen, cause we were chatting a bit about deck lists from the past, and I think he's a fan of Deadguy Ale, so am I, and I wanted to give the deck a try on our channel. This was the third deck I built in paper for Pre-Modern. First and second were the Rock and Blue-White Landstill, because they had a pretty interesting matchup. And as soon as you start to develop your Gauntlet, I think it's worth to add Deadguy Ale to the list and Goblins. And here we are with Deadguy Ale, which is possibly the most interesting deck in the format due to two things. It is really affordable if you go for reprints, and it is really strong for newer players, because as you are playing really proactive cards, you are not forced into taking decisions which can lead to bad game situations. For example, if you run decks like the Rock or decks with Meddling Mage, you are forced to name some cards with Cabal Therapy or with Meddling Mage, and if you name the wrong card there or you miss, it can bring you into a bad position. And this is the advantage of the deck, that you can just play what you have and see if it's enough. But on the other hand, you still have pretty decent decisions to make, and you can play this deck in a variety of ways. You can be really aggressive, you can go the mid-range way, or you can play it controlish. So it's kind of a budget deck if you trim the Wastelands and if you are going for reprints. And it's pretty fun and pretty strong to play. Like, oftentimes you will just play 1-drop into 2-drop into 3-drop, but there are still games where you can get a real big advantage by playing turn 1 Swamp into Dark Ritual and Phyrexian Arena or Hypnotic Specter. And I have to admit that Dark Ritual into Phyrexian Arena is one of my favorite combos in the format, because it's putting your opponent under so much pressure to finish the game quick and maybe to take bad decisions. And then due to the card quality you are gaining, you can take interesting decisions. And more important, you can see how games in Pre-Modern will develop. So if you want to tip your toe into Pre-Modern waters, this is, I guess, the best opportunity. Another contender would be Blue-Green Madness, but for me, it does not have the free wins, like I want to pronounce it. Like sometimes you will just go Dark Ritual into Spectre, following up with Gerrard's Verdict, tearing apart your opponent, which is on combo. And this is not capable with Blue-Green Madness. Yeah, perfect deck to start the format with. And yeah, I love almost every of the cards. In the latest version I played in paper, I didn't play Nantuko Shade anymore, so I'm hyped to see it again. And yeah, please subscribe, comment, or leave a like. And I wish you great matches. Alright everyone, we are on the play here, which is probably always great. Turn 1 Phyrexian Arena is a safe keep for me. Even if we do not draw land number 2 immediately, I think it's fine. It's hard to answer turn 1, and we have a Duress follow-up, and if we can draw into mana the first few turns or draw more cheaper spells, we will be fine, I guess. So this is one of my favorite combo in Pre-Modern, because sometimes it's leading to a funny sub-game where you are not sure if you can outrace the opponent with your arena, sometimes more arenas, but you always have the ability to just play Gerrard's Verdict on yourself. Okay, he's planning. This is great. Give me planes, please. Or white mana source. Okay. Is it a mirror to start with? Oh, this hurts. Okay. You have a follow-up Nantuko Shade, but if we find a land next turn, we will be fine. Never saw this before. I think he has the same favorite combo like me. He still could draw that Disenchant effect, but I would think he goes like Nantuko Shade. I'm not a fan of Gemstone Mine in Deadguy Ale, if this is Deadguy Ale, because I think you need to activate it more often. So here's a small argument for keeping Nantuko Shade and discard Vindicate. Okay, not exactly what we need for now, but it's a land. Plus we have the ability to dig one deeper. This was funny. And we are still safe against the Wasteland here. Let's remove the upkeep step. Duress. I think it's fine, because he will go for the Disenchant anyway. I don't know. He might go for Smother or Vindicate. He will never go for Scrying, I guess. Yeah, this will lead to a problem for my opponent, because his mana will not be around forever. With 2 Gemstone Mine, 1 Wasteland in hand. I feel forced to... So if he goes with the Nantuko Shade, we will play Smother for sure. Just to make use of our mana. And now I need white mana, please. Again, no white mana. I think I am a bit forced to play Skeletal Scrying for 1. Let's just exile the Specter if he's doing like reanimate shenanigans. We have a redundant Nantuko Shade here. Okay, Dark Ritual is not too bad. So we are still in the game. Sooner or later he will lose 1 or 2 lands. I think if he's on the plan of just making us discard 2 again, I will absolutely keep the second arena around, because this is probably the way to win the game. He might have just Vindicate for the arena, which would be brutal for us. 4 cards in hand, so we don't know any card anymore. Second Nantuko Shade, it can do some damage at some point, but if we draw some mana here, again, no mana, just 4 life. I feel forced to bring second arena down, because if he's not playing more than that, I think he stumbles with yeah. He just has creature removal in hand. Otherwise, the arena would have gone by now. Plus, he can't activate it too often. Otherwise, he needs to sacrifice the gemstone mines. So there's a really, really awkward setup of land there. And it's not getting better. Like, he might go there, but if he gets rid of my swords to plowshares, I can follow up with Withered Wretch. He needs to handle this, and every time he handles something, he needs to remove counters, sacrifice his lands. And this will be not capable of being pumped anymore. Yeah, we draw like just 1 land in 8 draws, but my opponent is just drawing awkward lands. Feeling a bit behind here. Okay, he has his own Withered Wretch. And this will kill us quickly, not going to lie. Okay, we got something. I think the right play to make is like... I think I want to play Caves of Koilos to offer this to a Wasteland. I'm feeling forced of adding white mana anyway. Maybe this is wrong, but If he wastelands here, I can go Sword the Shade. Otherwise, it could have been awkward to... I want to keep the white mana source around for longer. Okay, here's an own sword, which is nice for me. This is the best removal we want to see, because a Smother can't handle Exalted Angel. I don't know. I feel behind. And as I told you in the first round, this can kill you. You need some amount of Gerrard's Verdict plus lands in hand. Sooner or later, I might be forced to discard or to kill Arena with my Vindicate. And if he's attacking my mana base now with his own Vindicates, we are in trouble. Yeah, but missing 4 land drops is a lot. Okay, Verdict, Swords to Plowshares. Second sword is great. And I'm setting up here for a longer game. So even if I draw 1 land, I am soon forced to make a discard. It's awkward, but sometimes it's necessary. This is great for us. Getting it sorted and having our own sword for that. At some point, his Exalted Angels will be a problem. But I think we can stare it down for a while. Plus, I think he had every land drop he could have, and he's in a more awkward spot than us. Okay, Vindicate on that. I want to float mana. Play sword here. And soon he is forced to sacrifice his last land. We might have trouble finding white now. Okay. Play a Morphed Angel. Sadly, we have no ability to flip this immediately next turn, as it requires double white, but let's see. It's a dance on the edge. Like, we draw 1 more card than him, but having Disenchant is not too bad. We might go for that. Gerrard's Verdict on him won't get us any life, I guess. So do we see another land drop from my opponent? I think this is a turnaround in the game. Land drop, Smother. Another sword, perfect for us. Okay, here's white mana. Here's a hippie. So I might just go for Vindicate's Arena. Feels a bit wrong, to be honest. Now let's try to stay aggressive. Give him a threat he has to handle. If he spends his whole turn on playing Smother on that, I'm fine with this. He needs to have double discard, like double Duress to get these, and then can take a bad turn. But 3 swords are gone on his side. We are ahead on the clock. Okay, Dark Ritual is not bad. Even I want to have a Dark Ritual here. Sword number 4. Again, no problem for us. But he has no mana left, right? So I think I can turn the tide here. Okay, another Verdict. So it's getting great. I want to go for black mana source here, because most of his cards require double black, and soon we need to start playing Gerrard's Verdict on ourselves. It might be dangerous to let these 2 arenas around. And I never saw a game with 4 arenas on ever on the battlefield. So I really want to see how this develops. Okay. This could go wrong. We now have 3 turns to find white mana, but we draw 3 a turn, so... Okay, Wasteland is not doing much here, but we can keep this around. I mean, we just have 1 turn left, right? No, 2 more turns. If he's not playing anything like the Death Grasp. So we got a verdict here. I think it's right to say Swords to Plowshares, Gerrard's verdict. Might be wrong. Maybe I should ditch 2 verdicts, but I really need this as a mana source, as a source of life points. So let's see. Dark Ritual is great. And a Duress. I could make white mana. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11. So we go for lethal here. Let's do it like this. Yeah, the mirror is pretty hard to sideboard. Because you have to find a sweet spot between keeping your Dark Rituals. You saw they even were good here in this spot, but you have to think about the late game a lot. And I don't think we have too much to bring in. Like Diabolic Edict, Sea of Cleansing is great. I mean, it could be great. It's probably a bit better than, but otherwise, I'm not sure if we can handle 2 for 1. So I feel a bit better cutting all of these, but it could be a huge error. I mean, I look at this as a mid-range mirror, and there are spots. Sure, there are spots where you lead with a card like Dark Ritual plus Arena or Dark Ritual plus Specter, and you run away with it. This is not great. We could lose to a lot, so I take a mulligan here with hope to draw a bit better. This is a bit better, not much. Maybe it's not better. But I will keep this, because taking mulligans is really painful. Ship a Wasteland. I'm not a favorite of this. Okay, so mulligan denied. Okay, this is great. I don't want to play my duel here, to not run it into Wasteland. This could be a way to lose the game pretty quickly. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Just, I mean, it's a nice card, but I go Wasteland here. It's not adding much, but the land is pretty bad anyways, but sometimes this is a small edge you need to take to win. So we are just staring here back and forth. I mean, Phyrexian Furnace is kind of fine-ish against Skeletal Scrying, but it's a one-off, and we can even play like... Yeah, we can even sequence it, so Duress would be hard. Okay, another sword is fine, but I feel like this gets sorted. This gets wastelanded soon. He has one card in hand. And not popping the furnace here is... I don't know if you want to do this. Let's give him a glimpse of hope here. To shatter it immediately with a sword. Okay, he probably has some amount of creature removal in hand. So I will follow up with first Specter. Okay, Arena. 0 cards in hand. So we have... Okay, I need to handle this immediately. Otherwise, I would have gone for the Hypnotic Specter. Let's see if he pops it. He should pop it. Stumbling on 2 mana, okay. Yeah, you see, he spent 2 Dark Rituals, and this is exactly what I feared. Like, you spend 2 cards, get it handled by 1 card, and then you are in trouble soon. Another hippie. Yeah, it's fine. If this goes unhandled for a turn, it starts to make more and more card advantage. So if he's not having the answer, he needs to pop the furnace now. Okay, get rid of the sword. He might have another or his own sword for this, otherwise. Okay, Plains is sweet. So I think we are running away here, but in this matchup anything can happen. He needs to pop this. Let's see what he discards. Angel. Okay, this is random anyway, so there might have been the... So I want to play the Exalted Angel. Maybe not. Maybe another Spectre. I was thinking about him having Infest, but Infest would get the Morphed Angel anyway. This is a Spectre army. Good game. Alright everyone, we are on the play here. Again with our favorite combo. Man, this is really our run. So let's start with this Dark Ritual into Arena. Wasteland. So we will continue here with Gerrard's Verdict. Okay, Rampant Growth. So it's ramping. Okay, we got the Shade. I think it's best to play Caves and then continue with Hypnotic Specter. So we got really some card advantage running here. Trade Routes, Enlightened Tutor, so it's like a banned land stacks, but we see some red here. Sylvan Library. We have some answers for that, and we have some amount of card advantage running, so I'm not scared now. Smother and Duress. I think it might be best to go Duress first. if he's just having one target for Duress. Okay, Upheaval seems strong. Kind of want to go for Burning Wish here. Then play Caves. Oh, the deck's looking really interesting for my opponent. Okay, let's go for... I mean, it's a bit painful, but if we are in trouble, we can play Sword on our own creature. I mean, Sylvan Library is still decent here. I hope I can do some shenanigans with the Wasteland. Just have seen Upheaval a few times in Pre-Modern. Probably Hardcast Gush. Burning Wish, okay. So Pyroclasm, I guess, which is strong. Yeah. Okay. I want to play the Wasteland now, just in case if my opponent is somehow dropping more than one land a turn. I can do double Wasteland. His second library is not too strong, because it's costing too much life. Okay, we got some amount of mana here. And I think it's right to go for the island here before he has two in play to gush. We got a lot of answers here, but we are lacking threats and we are lacking life or discard. So this is good because he can shuffle. Let's go for another Wasteland here. We might lose this. I mean, our first few plays were really strong. Maybe I shouldn't added the Nantuko Shade to the board, knowing he can look at 3 cards and to find some answer, but I felt so confident with my Phyrexian Arena in play. Okay, Duress is fine because my opponent is forced to play Gushing Response, and we will even see more then. If his plan is to, okay, not Gushing Response, so he's knowing his top 2 cards, so I'm a bit scared right now. And I have the feeling that all these removal spells have no target against my opponent. So this is a problem, right? We have literally one land in hand. If he's on plan killing something like Seismic Assault. Oh, this is unfair. Really cool to see. We have to rebuild here. Okay, Gerrard's Verdict. I think I can ditch some amount of the swords here. Okay, I have to ditch 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he still has to kill me and we can get some life with Gerrard's Verdict. I think it's not enough for my opponent to just lay back. But now I understand the deck. Like he's going Upheaval plus Mana Bond, which is sweet. Okay, let's play Tainted Field. I think I want to ditch the Wasteland, right? We didn't saw a target in 10 turns, so what should this get? Probably famous last words before he's dropping a mainland. Shuffling effects there are strong from the Wooded Foothills. Another mana bond. Okay, we just need any creature. But we are just drawing lands. This is very, very odd. Yeah, this was a huge amount of lands in the top half of the deck. So this arena drew 10 extra cards here, but I think he's on something like Seismic Assault. Seems like a really sweet deck. Still not an answer here. Okay, we got a Disenchant, but it's not great here. So I want to ship the turn first. If he's not playing anything, I think I want to go for Skeletal Scrying 3, right? This can't be flashbacked, I guess. Yeah, I think Skeletal Scrying here is necessary. Right, another arena is not the thing we want to do, right? I mean, we would find our threads and answers faster. Let's see what he's keeping in hand. Enlightened Tutor Island, okay. No white mana in hand. I think I want to go for the next ritual, right? Or just, maybe just arena hardcast here. Then I discard a swamp in the end step. I'm not feeling safe here by any means. The cool thing with the Dark Ritual is even if you place Upheaval again or Thunder, I can go Dark Ritual, maybe Hippie. Maybe that's enough. I mean, he's missing second blue, so you need a Mox or another land. Maybe he's... Ah, no, I was wrong here. He was floating something and then doing some bouncing. Okay, now we need a thread and we can rebuild. Still not feeling too bad what we are doing here. Because we can't use our mana anyway. Okay. Here I want to go for the thread. Like, let's play this and let's go immediately for deep analysis. He's not planning on flashbacking that anyway, but maybe if he has a chance to gain some life. Okay, here I want to discard caves, a swamp, plains, swamp. So I say his enchantments are redundant. Disenchant won't get us anyway. Okay, here I want to go probably verdict on myself to higher the chances that he can't kill us next turn with a lightning bolt, or I don't know, draw into combo kill. So this is lethal, or I will follow up with Exalted Angel. Alright, we have to answer enchantments and play around Upheaval if it's possible. I don't know if the I mean, the presence of the master, if he's planning on killing with Seismic Assault, is something. We do want the seals. We can cut almost every piece of creature interaction. Okay, 2 more to bring in, maybe Planar Void. But I think it's probably better to say 1 Enlightened Tutor, 1 Planar Void. But I think the presence for the master is even hindering us to some degree. But I want to try it, if it's in the sideboard. And here it could be the oops, I win button. This seems very streamlined. We are capable of doing turn 2 Master of Presence. Let's take a mulligan here. We can't cast anything. Okay, let's go to 4. Yeah, it's not great, but it is what it is. I will try to go with a shade here. I mean, it's the best thing we can do, and we even top deck pretty well. Next turn, Verdict. Mulligan 4 is always hard. Okay, this Paradise will be bounced. The question is, do I want to... I think for now I want to be as aggressive as possible. Because he can just discard 2 bad cards in his hand. I want to get the good cards with the Verdict. I was not adding second shade to the board to not run into Pyroclasm. Maybe it would have been better, because he can't play... Okay, he's missing completely red mana for now. So here, bit awkward sequence, but I will go for the attack for 3. We could run into a Daze of Force-Spike, but I don't think he plays this. So now we have to decide if they should be played passive, so that one can survive a Pyroclasm, or if I just smash for 7 next turn. Okay, here's the first mountain. Okay, the fact is that only one can survive a Pyroclasm. So we can pump for 1 here, attack for 5. If he's doing Pyroclasm or Burning Wish into Pyroclasm, we can make 1 survive. And then we attack for 5, or we do a follow-up with Hippie. Okay, this is not adding anything to the board. So we have lethal here, but he's not conceding, so let's try to attack. But he was, I think he was really on yield. I will go all in here. Sometimes you have to do it with a mulligan 4. All right, good game. All right, everyone. We are on the draw here, but this is, I don't know. I'm tempted to keep it to get some more experience with hands which are not great on the first side, but it's a corner case. Okay, this is probably a call for combo deck. We could do turn 1 morphed Exalted Angel. I think I want to do this, as we can't do anything with colorless for now, and sometimes setting back the opponent by a land is game changing. Okay, this might be Dump Truck. Okay, if this resolves, we got the Arena. He might have an answer or days like this, but let's see. Underground River, Flooded Strand. Okay. So let's just slam a Shade here. If we got the Arena active, you don't have to play too tight. And you can be more aggressive, I guess. Finding white in time would be crucial. Okay, Vindicate for that. Withered Wretch. I want to play Exalted Angel here. So the Vindicate was really timely here. We spent 2 cards to get 1 extra card. So it was not amazing. With this one calculated, we got a 2 for 2, but we can do better. That seems like a version of Vincula / Dump Truck. So he's probably having Swords to Plowshares up or Fact or Fiction. I will attack here. And then I try to play the Withered Wretch. Okay, Fact or Fiction. I think Decree is strong, but lands are strong. So I will do probably like this. This might be too strong. I think we need to split like this. Yeah. Flooded Strand Plains and Swords, or Decree and Justice and Phyrexian Furnace. Okay. 2 lands, a sword. Okay, he's playing a version with Gerrard's Verdict, but maybe it's just Esper control due to the card choices here. Yeah, it looks more like Esper control. So he got 1 sword up. I think it doesn't matter what we eat here. Let's give it a Decree. Okay, Tainted Field. So I want to attack here, and I want to pump the Shade a bit to make it more tempting for him to go swords on this. Yeah. Okay. This is fair, so I want to pump here. Pump there. Wasteland, Caves of Koilos. Five life, so probably Wrath of God. Yeah, but it seems like a really interesting matchup to play. So we got Lethal for sure. And there's no need for us to not pump. All right. It was enough. I felt a bit behind at this point. Okay, let's assume it's Esper control. We don't have too much to bring in, but I think we are pretty well suited up against this. Smother is not the thing we want to do, and I think we would want one Engineered Plague at least. Withered Wretch is not great. I'm not sure if I need Disenchants. Could be Argward. Who's out? Yeah, maybe let's play like this. So Engineered Plague could be horrible, but I think I like it over Smother. Not sure about the Swords to Plowshares, but I think we will see some amount of Exalted Angels. Alright, this is fine. I don't want to take mulligans too much as he is playing the same discard suit as me, but yeah, if he leads with Duress and things like that. I think an advantage for us is that he is playing 3-color. He took a mulligan there, so the Gerrard's Verdict will really hit there. Okay. We might see a counterspell like Mana Leak or Prohibit, but we need to try it. Okay, let's go for the plains and then try the Gerrard's Verdict. Hopefully no misdirection shenanigans. Alright. Gaining 6 life is probably not changing much here, but attacking his lands in hand is strong. Okay. If we see a Vindicate here, I'm totally fine with that. Okay, Engineered Plague on Shade. Horror, what is it? Yeah. So I will... Okay, Vindicate is tempting, but... Man, this is tough. Arena, Specter, Vindicate. I will bring down the Arena. Because if he has an answer for that, it's not the end of the world. Okay. I think this can be cut, right? This cut would be sweet. Disenchant, Engineered Plague on my own. Let's get the Specter online. He's cycling the furnace immediately. Okay, not having an answer for the Arena is good for us. Okay. Duress here is pretty fine. We might see Effect of Fiction response, but this is fine. Okay, Swamp in hand. We know the coast is clear. We can't cut down on his mana, so I won't try to. Next turn we can either flip and attack or do double spell. I love Phyrexian Arena. It's underplayed. Maybe he needed to cut cards, so he brought in Engineered Plague. Okay, yeah, this is perfect for me. Drawing more and more cards with the arena. I might start... Okay, Skeletal Scrying is decent. Is it now the time to do it? I think it is. Like, if we can land another spell this turn, and we get more information due to the cards we draw. Yeah, I was thinking about playing the Angel morph there, but I think the arena has a higher impact. Okay, we still can lose against a card like Decree, but we got one Engineered Plague in hand, which is nice. Okay, double Vindicate. I think I will go for double Vindicate, right? Maybe not. Maybe just cast the Angel here. And then unmorph. So we are a bit more flexible. Yeah, we are running away with the games, with the arena. Sometimes it's hard to see what role you need to play in the matchup. If you should take the more controlish part or... If he can recover from this, I will have a huge respect. Cutting down his blue mana sources there. So shutting down probably 30% of his deck. Okay, he needs to cycle it as soon as possible, otherwise it will be awkward. Of course, we can snipe in response. I think he's digging for Wrath of God. Interesting to see Esper control. I don't see a reason to keep the Furnace in, to be honest. And attack. And you see how good the Gerrard's Verdict was, turn 2. So I'm not sure if I want to add anything more to the board. Maybe I can play the Plague to use my mana better. Naming Soldier. And I think I just want to continue to attack his mana base. Because we can. So if I wanted to have a 2-turn clock, 1-turn clock, I've needed to add both creatures to the board, exposing myself to Wrath of God. Alright, good game. Alright everyone, we are on the draw here with a very fine hand. Turn 1 Spectre or Morphed Angel into double Gerrard's Verdict is in some matchups unfair. Okay, this tells me that he might have Swords to Plowshares, but I'm sticking to my plan because it would have such a high impact if this sticks for 1 or 2 turns. Don't forget the discard effect is random. Okay, this is probably Replenish. Okay, this is unfair. So we need some amount of Wastelands. Okay, no turn 2 play from our side. We might lose next turn. And this card is tough against Replenish. Because they can just easily recover with 1 Replenish. Alright. Dark Ritual would be great, because then we can make him discard his whole hand. Another Swamp. Okay, let's get down this one. So here I have to probably play Gerrard's Verdict first, because then our chances are 1 of 3 to hit the card he wants to protect. Otherwise, he will keep his favorite card with 80% chance. I think we are dead soon. Yeah, without him having Abeyance or whatever that's pronounced, we would be in a pretty good spot. Because he would be at 0 cards in hand. Okay, Intuition. I don't know for what it connected, so I don't know what's the reason to play it in this spot. He possibly has Replenish and Parallax Tide in hand. Okay, here's a Ritual. So here I think I want to attack first. Maybe it would have been better to play Gerrard's Verdict in case he has exactly 2 lands, but this matchup is almost never a matchup about life points. Okay, Stifle. Interesting. So let's get down the Verdict. We got a 2-turn clock then, but we lose against a variety of top decks on his side. Yeah, if he has it, he has it. And even a Attunement would be good on his side. So he can prepare. Some people find it frustrating against his deck, but yeah, I think there are just games you lose against Stifle now turn 5, or Stasis has a lock, or whatever. For example, against Sly. So I'm not mad losing here against a great combo deck. So I will flip this. We got 2 trigger. But what card wouldn't he have played? Swords to Plowshares, yeah, okay. But this wouldn't have been better with the Gerrard's Verdict. It's kind of funny he went for the Angel, but Yeah, okay. I think it's right to go for the Angel now. Vindicate is strong. So we will attack here first. And I think we are forced to go for the Ancient Tomb. Otherwise he can still replenish. Okay, Stifle. This time it's not. Okay, now I feel a bit more confident, but this can change as soon as he's top decking Attunement. Okay, Wasteland would be great. Ritual is not strong. Okay, he has a lot of outs now, but magic is sometimes magic. All right. The tide is fine. Like, we are not deploying anything here. This is fine. We can't play a creature now, which could change the clock, or we can't play any spells. So best draw would be still Wasteland, right? Okay. I am here for that. So let's see. If he can find the Replenish from top. All right, Opal Essence. He's not here completely. This will be gone. So Wasteland would still be great. Here it is. Yes. Wasteland and Duress. Okay, funny that this is a 3/3. Okay, this is not flying. It goes to 1. And I think the Wasteland might be enough to seal the deal. This has no counter left, so I can go for it now. And I will play it like this. To even make it harder for him to cast the spell if he needs colored mana here. Okay, is there anything he still can get? Right, this was lucky on our side. Alright, what can we do? Planar Void is fine, probably necessary. Here's a lot of answers for that. Presence of the Master is not the thing we want to do normally. Seal of Cleansing. I think Swords to Plowshares is not playable. Smother is not great. This is probably everything we will board. I mean, a Diabolic Edict could catch him. So what do I want to cut here? I don't know. Maybe Skeletal Scrying? But the disenchant effects are not great. Let's keep the Skeletal Scrying. I mean, I want the Enlightened Tutor, so I probably bring this in if there's game 3. I thought I clicked on that. Alright, this is a keep. So how do I want to start? Probably with Spectre. Maybe with Arena. I think it's right to start with Arena. Because if this gets handled, Spectre is good later. Let's go with Spectre. It's my gut feeling. Drawing Dark Ritual would be great next turn. And exactly this plays are what the deck makes it really strong. A deck like Black-White Control is not capable of these lines. Oh, this is strong. I want to attack here first. Let's see if he wants to take 2 damage from his land to play swords. Yeah, probably. Impulse. Searching for sword. Okay, it's fine. Planar Void is not great, because even if it comes too late, it won't remove the problem enchantments in graveyard. Okay, this connects. Let's see. So I want to take a look first with Duress. 2 waves, intuition, fact or fiction. So we set him back to 2 mana. I think I want to go for intuition, right? And I think I need to do this. We need some good hits with the Hypnotic Specter still. But he's loaded with 4 drops. Gerrard's Verdict would be great. Okay, Planar Void is sweet. For now, he has no enchantments in graveyard. So I will attack here. Next turn we will play another hippie. Okay, 1 wave is gone. Okay, let's play Caves. Attack first, but I'm pretty sure I want to play Hypnotic Specter. If I hit the wave. Otherwise... Yeah, okay. Next Parallax Wave is gone. So here I can play the second hippie. Otherwise I would have played probably the Phyrexian Arena. But now this is really strong, even if he lands a Factor Fiction. Alright, good game. Alright everyone, we are on the draw with a pretty mediocre hand, but it's interesting enough for keep. Let's play Swamp. So back the turn. I think he's on Dreadnought. I don't know why, but okay, this could be 4 color control. So let's land the first threat here, because I think at this point the Gerrard's Verdict is super random. Okay, missing land drop here. No, just chip back the turn. Okay, Wastelands. This seems wild. I think I want to play Hippie. It has a higher impact, and as he's stumbling with mana sources colored, he needs a counterspell or some mana source and then a sword. Cunning Wish. Or a bounce spell? Man, this deck looks interesting. Stroke of Genius. Okay. So, double Wasteland, right? I think here I want to attack first. It's not great if he wants to hide the card in his hand. But I need to see if he has an answer for that. And it's feeling slightly better, I guess, to... Okay, Fact of Fiction is strong. You get the Fact of Fiction and the Reflecting Pool, all the 3 other cards. So this will leave him with only blue mana. Okay, please do a discard. Alright, here I think I have to take my shot to play the Angel. He might have a Wrath of God as a follow-up, but it is what it is. The verdict would not be great here. Wastelands seem funny. Arena Suite. So attack here. I'm not even sure if I want to play anything into Absorb. Okay. So now he can't play Absorb. It's a bit more tempting to do it. Alright, Sword you say. How about Arena? Main deck Anal. Okay, this deck is wild. Wastelands Anal. So this file seems blue-white, but we saw Windswept Heath. So I'm confused by that. Another Arena. So let's attack here. And then I think I will play Verdict. This is safe from a card like Mana Leak, but if he plays Absorb here, I will follow up with Phyrexian Arena and hope it sticks for some turns. Okay, here's Absorb. Would feel bad to run this into a Mana Leak, but Mana Leak will be live for longer. Due to the Wasteland, he probably has some Disenchant effects in the deck. Maybe not, if he's playing another. I think another might be a call to the Tide decks and Stifle Note decks, so it looks cool. So fetching in main phase is not a good sign for us. All right, here we go. Okay, I will go for Wasteland here to see if he wants to cycle a decree. If he does, I won't attack. I mean, I still could attack and play Smother. Another Fact of Fiction. Okay, Wasteland. Oh, this is stacked. Like, dude, like... Not feeling great. Maybe like this, but then I will never ever resolve anything. But this will find more stuff. So in this situation, it's just Fact of Fiction or this 3, which seems a bit much. Maybe more like this, I guess. Wasteland Counterspell, Wrath of God, or Wrath of God Fact of Fiction. Okay. Wasteland, Wrath of God Counterspell. So you see here he's setting back his own mana base due to his Wasteland actions, and we could not even play more with our white mana. Plains here is sweet. I don't know how much he is on the mana attack plan there, so we might run into a Richard Port. Alright, sooner or later we see a decree. Get stroke for 2. But this seems like a really sweet attempt at blue-white. Another Wasteland. I don't know. Hour of Silence, this hurts. So he has Wrath of God in hand and a counterspell. We could get counterspell if we target the plains here. I think it's worth it, right? Having a Duress here would have been probably game-changing. I feel a bit weak with my creature removal in hand. Wrath of God. Yeah, it's fine. Hope to find another impact card like Specter or Arena. And maybe would have been better if I waited one turn longer. So if there's another counter spell, I feel bad here, but it is what it is. Okay, I think we need to see how he is planning on killing us. So for long, I will play threat after threat until he gets tired. Super interesting take on blue-white control. We have another potentially lethal threat here. We can play it around mana leak, so he's forced to counter. Yeah, but I think 4 counter spells are gone now. 1, 2, 3. So I'm assuming he's not on tight on his own. Might be wrong, but okay, here's a decree. And I want to sort one, smother the other, rhyme intended, to buy some time here. I think we are really far behind here. Okay, no attack. Seems odd. I have nothing hasty. And this is a problem now with the Deadguy Ale deck, that you will someday top deck your Dark Rituals turn 14, where the black-white control deck starts to buy back the dragons and hard cards them. But it is what it is. I had so many unfair plays with Dark Ritual. Okay, Verdict is fine. Want to slam this here. Okay, 4 Spike Mana League. This looks like a really cool attempt of blue-white. Some really odd card choices, but I like. I think the decrease are his only win option. Okay, he has some green mana for Gerrard's Blessing, probably. So I will keep the Duress around for a second. So if we draw good creature like Angel, white mana and Angel. So he has the answers for everything in our deck. So there is the thought about playing Planar Void, but I think it's the wrong track to do this. Okay, here's the Angel. Let's start with the Duress. We are still missing second white, but this could change the game. Okay, now the counter spell. I feel forced to slam the Angel. He probably has another sword. Yeah. I think we just saw 1 or 2 this game, and he's pretty deep. Even did a reshuffle. Alright, a sword. So I might board out the Dark Rituals, but I'm not completely sure. All right, let's go to the boarding. So we do want 3 Engineered Plague. And this is it probably. We don't want the swords. We don't want Smother. Not even sure about the Disenchants. Let's bring in 1 Infest and probably 1 Planar Void. It seems bad, but all of these seems worse. Yeah, Planar Void seems really bad. Maybe it should be a sword, right? This seems fine. Not strong, but not weak anyway. And it goes on for a long time, so if we draw 2 mana sources in the first few turns, we will be fine. And if he's... Alright, this is sweet. Don't want to expose this to Wasteland now. He might have Force Spike, but it is what it is. There's Caves. Attack with a Shade. And I think I want to probably play another Shade. I could bring in 1 more damage in if I do this post-combat, pre-combat, but I don't know. Okay, Aura of Silence is fine for me. I smell a Wrath of God on my opponent's side, but yeah, I can just attack for a bunch, right? Um, 6, 7, 8. I could attack for 8. Yeah, attacking here is probably the right thing. And next turn he's kind of forced to sort it, or I don't know. Feels wrong to just slam another creature here. He goes to 11. Duress is sweet. So let's lead with Duress here. And from there we can go to some different passes. Counterspell. So here I attack with Nantuko Shade. Do I want to pump a bit? I guess. Maybe all in. Yeah, let's go all in here. Going to 5. Going to 6, so facing lethal next turn. We might have a shot with Dark Ritual. Okay, if you Wastelands here, I'm not scared. Verdict is sweet. So let's start attacking first. If he goes all in on the token plan, I can just outgrow. I will pump once to have it a 2-turn clock. Alright, let's kick things off with a verdict. If he has something like Mana Leak, I think I want to play Dark Ritual. Okay, Fact or Fiction. Absorb, another. Let's put Absorb and 2 lands. Probably it's better like this. Like another. All right. So here I want to add something to the board, right? And I think it's the Angel. So if you have the answer for the Angel, it's fine for me. Or Wrath of God, I will lead with, or I will follow up with Hypnotic Specter, which can run away with the game. We got at some point the soldiers covered. Yeah, we did exactly the right play here. It's not pumping too much. You still need to answer this. I mean, you have the Wasteland for that. But now Nantuko Shade is not bad. I will attack here. If he has a decree, it's fine for me. And I think he has a decree. Because he discarded one. And this is a really important card now. Alright, no decree. So do I want to add something to the board? Probably not. Because my opponent has Absorb in hand. So let's see if it's enough. He could buy another turn if he tries to resolve something and counters his own threat, his own card, like absorb this. But I don't know if it's good for something. So maybe Wing Charts or Sword number 4 in the sideboard, but Sword is a main deck card. Alright. So Planar Void seems so awkward. Is there anything? I think I would even prefer a Seal of Cleansing. Yeah, let's try it like this. Even cut the Infest for second Seal. Yeah, probably this would have been better. Okay, no land, no keep. This is fine. I can probably ditch the Exalted Angel for now. I want to look for a spot where I can make a huge Skeletal Scrying. Okay, Sword, Counterspell, Flooded Strand. Aura of Silence. Let's take the counterspell and go by the Gerrard's Verdict next turn. Another Wasteland is strong. I will probably just go for the Verdict now. Okay, discarding 2 Reflecting Pool. Okay, Withered Wretch is fine. So here I think it's right to play Wasteland. Maybe I should have waited in case he is on Force Spike still. Want to play the Withered Wretch to run this into a Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, we're getting punished here, but it's okay. This card is often boarded out, but it still was an error to play like this. Alright, another Withered Wretch is decent. I still want to make the Skeletal Scrying way bigger. So I want to draw 4 cards, something like this. Right, I want to eat the counterspell. So if we draw another land, I will probably keep up Skeletal Scrying 3. Another Verdict. Okay, I will fire this off immediately. I mean, it could be better to wait with this, but it has such a high impact if this works. And even if this gets countered, it's fine for me. Okay, 2 Aura of Silence. So leaving my deck, leaving my opponent hellbent with a lot of 4-drops in his deck. Okay. So I might... I'm not completely sure here, but it feels decent to cut him from 4 mana. And as Vindicate is just an answer for lands in this deck anyway, you don't want to pay 3 mana to Vindicate the Soldier token. Alright, another Caves. So here we can start drawing cards soon. I still want to try the Nantuko Shade first. I mean, Dark Ritual would be nice now with Skeletal Scrying. We attacked our opponent's mana base pretty well. I think I just attack here, right? And if he's not having a sword here, I will wait for upkeep. And in upkeep, I want to draw 3 cards. Right, this is sweet. And it's funny to play a deck which absolutely is not caring about cards in the graveyard on your own. So most decks, to some degree, play with the graveyard. So this would add, yeah, I think it's right to place a second one and really try to outrace my opponent before he can stabilize or find blue mana. It's a 2-turn clock, but I think, all right, let's do it like this, that. I think it's right here to probably 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not changing the clock, so I'm not sure here. Attack. So shades were really great this time I played the deck. Yeah, good match. Alright everyone, and welcome to the deck. So this was an amazing round and amazing run. So in total I went 6-0 with the deck. I got 5 of the matches covered here on YouTube, cause one was, yeah, I just won because my opponent flooded out one game so heavily and screwed the other one. I think it's not fun to watch. But yeah, 6-0 in total with a pretty cool deck. And yeah, the deck was amazing. I think the main deck is pretty stock right now. You don't need to exchange too many things. Yeah, the latest list I played on paper was playing 4 Vindicate, 4 Arena, 2 Wasteland, no Smother, and 2 of Masticore. As the Withered Wretch were in the sideboard and the Skeletal Scrying was not there. But yeah, Nantuko Shade really delivered, so I was happy with that. And to be honest, I wouldn't change too much in the main deck. And probably nothing. I want to test some Dust Bowls in the Wasteland spot. But besides this, yeah, Skeletal Scrying was really shining. And in the sideboard, I would change some things. Like, I'm not a fan of Planar Void, because often it comes too late, has no impact anymore. Or they can even play around it, like Tin Fins, if the Excite triggers goes on stack and they have an instant to reanimate. And yeah, I'm not a fan of Planar Void. I think it's really bad. Never saw it shining, to be honest. And this should possibly be a card like Tormod Script or maybe Phyrexian Furnace. It depends on if you want to expect grindier matchups or more combo matchups. The card Worms was great. And yeah, Presence of the Master. I'm not a fan of this because you need to have this turn 2 against a deck like Enchantress. And yeah, you even forbid your own Phyrexian Arenas with that, and 4 mana is a lot. So I can think we can do better here, and it would probably be better to just run, I don't know, maybe Dystopia, maybe we find another cool card here. But besides that, super happy with the deck list, and yeah, it was a 6-0 run, and you see that there was not much awesome play on my side involved. So I mean, sure, there were some tight plays and some decisions to make, but some lines were just so unfair. We had so many games starting with a turn 1 Phyrexian Arena, or really quick discard spells into threats. So I think this was a great example how strong the deck can be, how affordable it is, and what a nice entrance to the format it is. Because I think many of these games I played would have been, yeah, possible with a very, very less knowledge than I have in the format and in Magic general. So yeah, if you're still thinking about tipping your toe into pre-modern, I think the deck is a great starting point. It has some sweet opportunities to expand later into mono black deck list or black-white control. And yeah, if you want to start on a more budget version, you can go with all reprints. You can exchange the Wastelands for, I think there's one Dustbowl printing which is pretty cheap. And yeah, I hope you had fun in this league and try the deck out. Again, thank you very much, Celestial Heathen, for your ongoing support, and see you in the next one.